My name is Clare Kramer, and I played Glory on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I got cast as Glory after going in and auditioning with very ambiguous sides that weren't detailed at all. Just 2 pages of sort of blank dialogue that I went in and put my own little spin on, and that eventually was evolved into the character of Glory. This was my first and only audition for Buffy, so it turns out I feel like I got the best part for me. I'm really happy with how the character ended up. Well, since Glory was a somewhat evil character, there wasn't really any overt preparation I could do. Everything I did was more just trying to forget about myself and take on her persona. Instead of, sometimes with a role, you'll go out and you'll sort of test it out in real life. You'll go to a store in character, or you'll go somewhere in character. With Glory, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be arrested or or offend anyone or get in a fight. So I just sort of, all the preparation was sort of just emptying myself and kind of taking on this persona that I'd envisioned she'd have. The most enjoyable episode of Buffy that I filmed would probably be the 100th episode. There's so much excitement around it and so much hard work that went into it that it was really invigorating and thrilling to be a part of such a monumental episode of the show. And I have to say I really enjoyed the scaffolding fighting that we did in that episode. That was one of my favorite things. I did like Glory's wardrobe. I loved her dresses and her, her leathers and her heels and her jewelry. Unfortunately, I didn't get to keep any, but I have to say by the time I was finished with the show, I was ready to retire the color red from my wardrobe for a while. The makeup and the hair for Glory generally took about an hour in the morning. My hair actually is naturally curly, so that wasn't so much of an issue, but there were different color enhancements throughout the season, sometimes red, a little blonder here, darker here. That's what generally took the time, but I had a wonderful hairstylist, Michael Moore, and a wonderful makeup artist, Todd McIntosh. They were both experts, so they weren't as timely as some people could have been. When I read the final episode that I was going to appear in, which was the 100th episode, there was a tinge of sadness. It's always sad when you're retiring a character and where you're saying goodbye after so much hard work and time spent working on the character, but I also felt like everything was justified and her storyline was coming to a nice conclusion, so I was happy with that. I do occasionally flip on Buffy. If I'm watching TV and it happens to be on, I'll turn it on and kind of, oh, there's everybody. Hi, guys. So yeah, I'll tune in every once in a while.
Inspiration, and then if you could mention a couple of your early roles, then that'd be great.
I think the first time I was ever on stage was when I was about 7 or 8 years old in a play called The Wind in the Willows, and I played kind of like, I think, a bush/tree. And I didn't really have very many lines. I just sort of would walk across the stage in the background or stand there during a scene. It was really exciting to be part of that production. It was a local community production, and all my friends were in it, and I just felt so invigorated, even at that young age, and I knew it was something I enjoyed. So from that point on, I just started auditioning for every little play that I could be a part of, and was cast in things. I played one of the orphans and Annie in a local production, and let's see, what other young roles? We did a children's version of The Gift of the Magi, where I played Della when I was like 12 years old. So just even starting off there, we did the musical Grease in high school. And just, like I said, community theater and building up the experience and realizing that acting was something that I really, truly felt a passion for.
Film, TV?
I think the transition from stage to film and TV, it was an unexpected one for me. It was something that I've been looking for a long time. I've been auditioning for film projects and TV shows. And then one day, all of a sudden, I got a call, okay, you're coming to Los Angeles tomorrow morning, pack your bags. So I kind of got on a plane from New York with just a little carry-on bag. I didn't even check any luggage, and have been there for the past 4 years working. So it was completely unexpected. It was difficult at first just because I had no experience in front of the camera. So I sort of had to relearn all the technicalities that are involved in that aspect of the business. So it was hard, but it was a good one. The fans for Buffy are really amazing. They're so informed, they're very intelligent, they're very worldly, and very empathetic people. So I'm always honored to meet them and talk with them and get their perspective on the show.